Hey Dustin, Jessica Peterson here. I spoke with Angela this morning and she thought you should be the one to check out this video. I'm super excited she accepted it for you because today I'm going to go over 3 strategies you guys can start applying right away, and it's going to make a huge difference for your business. And I know that it will because we've applied these same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys across the US, and it has had phenomenal results. Okay, well, right now you're not getting barely any traffic. I think 3 to 7 people or so average per month to your website organically, and so that means you're missing 60 to 70% of those organic jobs that come in every month by not having these strategies in place. So today we're going to talk 3 main strategies. We're going to talk about your content, your content with your keywords, your citations, and then your backlinks. Okay. So here on your website, you've got the basic fundamentals set up, which is good. Google has gone mobile first, so everything on your website has to be mobile responsive. That means click to call phone numbers, easy navigation for mobile devices, etc. And these are not clickable, so that by itself can hinder your ability to rank. Now, when it comes to ranking, for the most part, the biggest factor of your website is content. Content is king, and you do need a lot of it. So that means a separate page for every single one of your major services, which it looks like you have. And you also need separate pages for each of the areas you serve, which it does also look like you have. So I'm happy to see that. Google requires a separate page for everything on your website so you can focus on that one service in that one location. And so everything on that page should be about the service, the process of that service, answer the questions your customers have about the service. It should be helpful to your customers, and be about that one specific thing. Okay. And when people are searching for your services, they're not going to be searching for your brand name. 99% of the time, they are searching for the specific service because they don't know who you are yet. Okay, so they're not going to be searching for ARS of Casper. They are going to be searching for Casper water damage, flood cleanup Casper. Okay, and so every image throughout your website needs to be optimized with those local keywords, but so does all of this written content. Your home page is the most critical page of the entire website because it ties all of these pages together. And so this needs to be a summary of all of those services focused around those local keywords. So if Casper is the main area, that's where your Google business profile is, then your home page and all of these services need to be focused around those Casper keywords. Okay. And this homepage needs at least 1,500 words or more. So if your competitors have 1,500 words, you're going to need to do 1,800 or even 2,000 words. Okay, we always have to do better than our competition is doing. And so you're going to need better and good quality content. And then all of these location pages, you should have those for each of your services as well. That's going to allow you to target the services in each area that you serve. Okay. So those are really important for you guys. Now, Google is sending crawlers, which are like little mini robots, to your website to check everything out. It scans every image, every video, and all this written content to understand who you are, the type of services that you offer, and where you offer those services. So when we don't have this content written out the right way, we don't have a keyword strategy, we don't have any of that stuff, how can we expect Google to send you guys any customers? Okay, you guys are being buried online, so you're missing out on 60 to 70% of those jobs. So you do need to have all of that content and keyword strategy dialed in. Now, if we were looking at your top competitor in Casper for water, water damage. We do have ServPro, and yes, they are a franchise, but they're also very beatable because you're not competing against an entire franchise. Only the local franchisees, which only serve a handful of zip codes, okay? And franchisees are not allowed to modify these pages that they get, so they're kind of stuck with what they have. So you actually have an advantage. You can do better. You write better quality content. You write more content, so more pages, more written content on a page, more long-form blog articles. Every one of those long-form blog articles you would add every month adds new, fresh content, which Google loves, and it helps you to be indexed for even more keywords and answer more of those important questions your customers have. So all of that content is critical, okay? Now, we know when your customers do a search, they do a search in Google, something like this, right? And when they do, we want your business to be one of the first ones that show up. And there's 3 different spots on the first page of Google that you can have that good positioning in. And the first is always going to be ads. Those are going to be like your cost per click ads and local service ads. And these can be extremely beneficial for you guys as long as you have the foundation set up and everything dialed in. But if not, your ROI is not going to be great, okay? Now, these other 2 sections, I like to say are more important, and that's only because they get the bulk of the traffic. Now, this section here, this is your Google Map Pack, where your Google business profile should be, and it looks like we have, I think these are you right here. So you are in the top 3 for this water damage, which is great. You want to make sure that you are in the top 3 for each of the services that you offer, where you offer them, because 30% of people come straight to this maps here and don't go anywhere else. So when you're not in this top 3 section, you're losing up to 30% of your revenue every month and handing those jobs to your competitors. So now if you find that you're not in this top position for all of your services, then you do need to further optimize this and go and get more citations. And citations are simply listing the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and putting those in a bunch of directories like the Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Glassdoor, Angie's, and House. All of those are excellent types of citations. So you need to go out and get more of those than your competitors have, and then every single one of those citations sends Google additional information about your business, your services, and where you offer them, which is important for you guys. And then this 3rd section here is the most important section. This is your organic section. And it's so important because 60 to 70% of people, they skip over the ads and the maps and they come straight here and they don't go anywhere else. So when your website is not listed here, you're losing up to 60 to 70% of your jobs each and every month. So in order to get your website here, it all comes back to the foundation of this website being properly built and optimized with the right content and keyword strategy. And then you support that with your backlink SEO, which now brings us to backlinks. And this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to tell us how your website is performing. And if we look here, we can see your website has a rating of a 0 out of 100 in Google's trust flow, which means Google doesn't trust your website. And that is partly because of the quality of the website, but it's more so the power you're sending to your website. Like every tool that you use, your website also needs power. And we send that power by sending backlinks. So we do need a lot of backlinks. And we need to be sending these every month. And we need more than our competitors have. But not all backlinks are good backlinks. You have 62 backlinks and a 0, which says a whole lot about the quality of those backlinks, okay? Not all backlinks are good. This is a popularity contest. You only want to be good at getting good quality backlinks. Sure, you could try and go out and get backlinks from Pizza Hut and Burger King because they're big, powerful websites and brands, but because you don't sell food, those would actually be more spam for you. They would not help you. So we only want the good type of backlinks, the ones that are closely related to the services that you offer. And so they need to be do follow links from other websites of other home service businesses like roofers and plumbers, okay? And then vendors or magazines or anything related to what you guys do. And then as you get those good quality links, the score goes up, Google's trust in your website goes up, which helps your website be promoted higher so people can actually start finding you, okay? And then it also helps you to rank the keywords. Now, you have an index for 45 keywords, but you're only getting 7 people to your website on average per month. And if we look at those keywords, the only traffic you're actually getting are for your brand. And as important as your brand is, that's about 1%, okay? 99% of the time, your customers are looking for their services. So you need those local buyer intent services. So you want to focus on those Casper, water damage restoration, water damage restoration Casper, water cleanup Casper. Focus on those local buyer intent keywords so that you can get those ranking and driving people to your website. If we look at your competitor here, we can see they have a poor rating as well for their location of a 0.6. But because this website is so powerful, it is able to push the power to this specific location area. And even though they only have 2 keywords indexed, they're getting 98% of the traffic for this flood damage here. Flood damage cleanup. They're getting 98%. Not 98%, 98 out of the 700 potential volume, okay? So, and that's just one keyword. So if they were actually able to optimize and do that, they would be getting a whole lot more traffic. So again, these guys are definitely super beatable. But all you have to do is follow these strategies that I've just shown you. And when you do, you have the opportunity to dominate, okay? So please feel free to take this information, run with it, start today, and start driving that traffic. But if you'd rather focus on what you do best and have a partner in growth, feel free to reach out to us here at Peterson SEO, because this is our specialty, and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So feel free to reach out with any questions that you might have, reply to my email, give us a call, and also give me some feedback and let me know your thoughts on this video, as I'm always trying to improve, okay? So again, thank you so much for watching, and I do look forward to hearing from you soon.